Hey everyone, I'm back with a new video. Um, I decided to do the deacon walk that Marlena put on her channel. It was an open invitation, and I know basics of astrology, but I've never really dived deeper into it. Um, and I thought this might be a good start, because there are so many layers in astrology, of course. And again, I thought that this might be a good introduction kind of thing, right? Um, so yeah, I went all out. I dove in and and yeah. I came out thinking, well, not came out because it's a year, right? But at least this first part, this first deacon in Aries, that yeah, I'm very interested. I think I will continue. um, in all honesty, I didn't buy anything extra for it. I got some reference material in the form of ebooks, I did have my Picatrix because, well, I collect all kinds of grimoires, and Picatrix being one of them. I thought directly about it because I actually didn't know that it also had that oracle. I might pick that up because I want to, but it's not per se for now. Because if I really want to look at the description of how he states it, I can always use my book, my grimoire. So this is the book that I already have, so I might reference back to this. And I really just went in, well, a little bit blind in that sense. I'm a person, I need to understand things. I cannot really go into a deacon walk, for example, then, and not completely understand what I'm doing. So I have this empty, well, book. It's A4, so it's pretty big. But when it was shipped to me, it was already like a year or two ago. It actually broke in shipping, the spine, somewhat. So I never really used it on the inside because the outside is okay. So I never really used it. Amazon couldn't send me another one because apparently they were out of stock. So I never really did anything with it. But with this one, I kind of find a solution to fix the problem, so to speak. Let me put some things aside when I will do that. So I use this one. I made a cover page, the deacons of 2023, sorry, to 2024. And yeah, here, these pages, they're broken. They came apart. So I put them together with a thick cardboard cardstock, which was perfect because then I could make a design on it and I put the rest on the side. I wanted the reference, because I know the symbols, but yeah, exactly which dates, I don't know. I mean, I know me, Scorpio, but I don't know the rest. So I put them here as reference. This page had the same problem. You can still see it a little bit. So I reinforced that one too and did the same thing for the planetary symbols. And this one had a problem too. So I did the same thing. But yeah, here I put the deacons. This was really early in my understanding, right? In seeing which deacon is where. So I made a little circle reference for all of them and split them in three, as you can see. So for example, here we have the first deacon, Mars in Aries. I use the symbology again, 21 till 30 of March. The second one, March 31st till April 10, which is the Sun in Aries. And then the third, Venus in Aries, 11 till 20 of April. So I did that for all of them. So again, I have my reference, right? I did an introduction. Yeah, see here it's still also a little bit, but not too much. Hopefully it will hold because, well, I already decorated this page. Anyway, I did some introduction into it for myself. I read, then I wrote down, you know, and then I started understanding. Because we have the system of Chaldean, and the triplicity or something, and in the sense of the one I'm about to use, it will not be the triplicity, you know. So this was the difference between, and then I really went into the system that I hope I'm having everything in the screen, sorry. So yeah, again, I hope I have everything in the screen, sorry. Yeah, that was the introduction. Here I went a little bit deeper because, again, I need to truly understand for me to also remember it, you know. But at the same time, I wanted to put it in a nice book that if I ever want to go back, if I forget something, you know, I have all the information I need. Here it went into the cards then, in that sense, you know. The 2, 3s, and 4s, yeah, they're always related to the cardinal signs of the zodiac. The 5th, 6th, and 7th to the fixed signs. 8, 9, and 10 to the mutable. I didn't know that. Now I know. Here too, we went a little bit deeper into that. Also into the seasonal, kind of going through this Chaldean system. Also again with references to which cards that are. I drew the symbol for the Chaldean, the order of, you know. So now I had some basic information which I really started to understand because I got it in my head, you know, and then I broke it down. So I really like this page because I see for myself, now that I'm working on it, I'm really referring back to this. Because this is basically, you know, a little bit of what I wrote down here. But because now I understand it, now I understand the schematics kind of thing, right? This is why I really wanted to write it down, also make my own schematics. I know it's easy to print and paste in your journal, and don't get me wrong, it's valid. I understand it. If that's good for you, then by all means do it. But again, for me, I need to work with it to really make that click in my brain, you know, to really truly understand it. I actively need to work on this. And by making these things, I'm actively working on it. They're not perfect. I mean, here I really messed up. I messed up multiple times. But again, because I'm actively really working on it, it sticks in my brain, you know. So I understood the 7 and why they were in that order because of the length of, you know, the geocentric orbit thingy. The days of the week. Here again, we're going back to the cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Which cards and which signs in that sense. This one I have been referring back to also a lot because we have here the wands, cups, swords, discs. So I just need to check cups. Oh, 8. Saturn in Pisces. Which again, in all honesty, I can definitely refer back to here. But this, yeah, doesn't have the associations then with the tarot. So again, you know, very helpful for me in that sense. I did drew the wheel, sorry. Using colors associated with season then, and elements, right? The wands, fire, earth, air, water, and so forth. Again, it makes an extra click for me in that sense. Here, because, well, now I was playing, right? I found out something very fun because I never really put them in that order, in that sense, you know. Let me see. Yes. So here I went by planet, sorry. So when we say Mars, we know it's connected to the tower. Yeah, now that I'm working, I know the Two of Wands, but apparently it has more, right? And the fun part I saw was certain color associations. I don't have enough space. I took my little one because... Okay, so this is the major arcana, which is really Mars, you know, the tower. And then we go back to the minors. We have here the Two of Wands, the Three of Disc, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. And I know that maybe this is not necessary, you know, in sense of the deacons, but it gives that Mars association, yeah, a little bit more extra. Because, for example, with the Ten of Cups, it actually gave me an epiphany, you know, Mars being related to that. So that was a really cool thing to see. And with this one, you see definitely some color associations coming back. But also, let me see if I can find the other one that was really... maybe we can do a few just to give an idea. So here we have the Sun, and it's related to the Three of Wands, the Four of Discs, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Discs, and the Ten of Swords. And again, look at the color association coming back everywhere. So again, that was very well, eye-opening. Yeah, I've been working with the toads for a long time, and even though I know it's almost like a must, right, to put the astrology in there, I never really went deep with that, you know. So I'm loving this. I mean, look again at the colors, how they are coming back. I mean, you can understand those associations now, right? So again, very, very interesting. And yeah, again, this was Venus then, and of course I got some more. I have them in order for, again, study purposes. So yeah, I did the planets too, and then the association with every card in the major or minor. Yeah. Here I went back to basics in that sense. Just the ruling planet of the particular zodiac. Yeah, I kept it within the 7 because, for example, my own Scorpio normally is also Pluto. But again, I kept that very well in the system I'm working in now, you know. I did do the Tree of Life parts because it's a big part of my practice in that sense. And yeah, Pluto, Neptune, and well, here Malkuth, the Earth, yeah, are not really associated, so I let them be, and I just concentrated on the 7 that are. And then because here I really went again, you know, basic, the ruling planets of the current zodiac. I did refer back again, very small, so without all the fuss extra, you know. Okay, if Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, then I did do the first is Mars in Aries, the second is Sun in Aries, and the third is Venus in Aries. So I did a small kind of mashup. Again, it's basically like this, but more, yeah, combined, you know, or compressed, because no dates and all that. So yeah, here too we have Venus in Taurus. So we have Venus or Mercury in Taurus. We have the Moon in Taurus, and we have Saturn in Taurus, and so forth. You know. So again, it was a reference, but yeah, the more I'm gonna repeat it, the better I will understand it, and I'm gonna remember it. You know. So by this time, like I said, when I did this, I really felt like I had a great understanding, you know, at least a basic understanding of what the deacon holds, you know, how it's related into your tarot or into your deck, different kind of associations coming back, you know, to form that complete picture. I ventured a little bit out of it with the rest of the cards in Mars and every other planet. Again, came back and compressed that really, you know, and stepped a little toe outside again with the Tree of Life, right? But again, after doing all this, I was really feeling that I had that basic understanding. So once I had that basic understanding, I felt yeah, secure and confident enough, you know, to really, well, go into, because that was actually the 22nd of March. So it was actually a day after the first deacon of Aries. So this is when I really dove in. I don't know what I want to put in yet or not, because again, I just started. So I put the Egyptian god Isis. She's from March 11 till the 31st. It's that, yeah, that African base knowledge, right, that I put in here. I don't know if I'm going to do that now. But I might want to dive into that a little bit. But for now, I just put them there. The mode, sorry, cardinal, the element fire, season spring, the date of this particular deacon, you know, the tarot cards associated. So the tarot card associated with Aries is Emperor, Mars Tower, first deacon, second of Wands. The keyword here was Dominion. So I went a little bit into Aries, what that energy really is. I went into the Mars energy, what the cardinal energy is, what the elemental energy is, and then the Aries energy in the Emperor, the Mars energy in the Tower, and the Two of Wands in well, both actually, right? The Mars in Aries. So I wrote a little bit about that, and then I did my reading. I, no disrespect, please don't be mad at me, but I did divulge from yeah, went the other way. I know that Marlena was kind enough to give everybody a spread, you know, to get that first reading going. But again, please don't be mad at me. I felt like it wasn't going to work for me because I was stepping into some other things than, well, the standard maybe associations, like the destruction part, you know. I mean, I still had it there, but for me, one of the things that really stood out was the Two of Wands, the crossed wands here, yeah. They were, they mean the destruction, but as a beginning of creation, you know? And because we're, the destruction in that sense already happened then, right? I mean, it's the destruction is done, but now, yeah, we need to focus on the beginning of creation. So I really wanted to focus on that part, you know. So I did in my reading. I pulled one card to really see, like, okay, what do I want to ask? Like I said, I felt like that part really stood out to me. So the question was just very simple. What do I need to begin creating? And I pulled the growth cards. And oh yeah, this is my own Afro Oracle. It's not for sale, it's just for me, because it's art that's not mine. This, however, is the Blacktails Tarot. I just got it. I will do a walkthrough of it in the near future. But it got here beginning of this week, so a couple of days ago. And I didn't really play with it yet because I was really in my, well, deacon study in that sense. But yeah, yesterday when I wanted to really do the reading, or was it the day before? I don't even know. Anyway, when I really wanted to do the reading, I felt like, yeah, it kind of has this fiery energy and the colors maybe. I wanted to try it. So this is where I went. And again, I paired it with my own oracle. So growth came forth. And then the second question I really put in the sense of associating back to my first card. So I got growth for the first question. Maybe I need to do it the other way around. Yeah, I got growth for my first question. What do I need to begin creating? Yeah, I got growth. So I was like, okay, I will follow up, right? So my question was then, what kind of growth do I need to create? And I ended up with the Queen of Cups, which is my significator. I really understood that it landed, you know. And then I was very confident in that sense, because this first one went really well. So I went back in the sense of, okay, how do I put that in a way, again, that corresponds with me, right? So I was like, okay, Mars, sorry, I want to combine them. Mars and Aries, you know, both have this overcoming energy, right? This conquering energy. So I question it, like, going back to the first part, yes, what do I need to overcome or conquer for this growth to be manifested? Yeah, and I got the unbecoming cards. So I really felt like, okay, all this stuff that's going on around me, you know, I really need to let go of certain things. I felt like it was in the emotional kind of space, yeah, because with the Queen of Cups, right, it's also my significator. So the question or the answer really was, you know, to really step into myself, yeah. There's a lot going on in my life, and like everybody's, right, we all have ups and downs, and yeah, I'm in this space where I'm almost feeling a little stuck, yeah. So the unbecoming card really again made sense, right? To overcome that moment of, okay, we've been through shit, now we're in this stable position, but I still need to move on, because again, this is where the new growth happens. It's a little bit in numerology, going from the when you're in the 5s, which is discord and conflict, and then you're in the 6, you're finding this harmony back. And then you don't really want to have that new growth, right? Because, well, shit can happen then again. So yeah, I'm a little bit in that, right? Sorry. But yeah, because growth was already given, yeah, I really do feel like, yeah, I need to lose the shackles, you know, put my crown on, right? And step in, yeah. So that was a very great card to get. And then the question was, what is something I really, so I put that back, you know, in the question number 3. So it was about unbecoming. For me, that's a little bit of letting go of things and really, again, you know, step into who I am. So the question I wanted to ask again after that was, what is something I really need to let go of? And I got the Ace of Wands. I did some journaling, but I was a little bit stuck with that. And then I kind of, again, had my epiphany moment, right? To really look at the root of my inner fire, yeah? Aces are the root of, in this sense, fire, right? So I felt like I need to let go of all these notions that I might have of myself or that others might have of me, and really look at my inner fire, you know? What is it that I want? Because anything else I can let go of, you know? Okay, so that was that one. And then I was like, okay, I wanted one more question. Sorry. So my question was again in the Mars Aries kind of energy, about that survival, right? That individual kind of yeah, how do you say that? Again, for me, it was really about that survival mode. Yeah, I've been in it most of my life. It's very hard for me sometimes to get out of that. But anyway, the question I wanted to ask then, because this was about moving forward, right? I need to let go of all that other shit. Yeah, sorry. and really step into myself and keep moving. And again, Mars and Aries, the things I've been studying, it is that moving forward energy too. So the question I came up with was, what do I need to survive to be able to move on and move forward, And I got synergy, which is kind of funny because again, it gave me a moment like, oh, okay. These ones were very clear, and then yeah, I had a moment of struggle. But I think for me, it was about my own inner synergy, right? I've been a little bit out of balance because, like I said, I want to stay in this balanced, harmonious place. I didn't want to take that step into new growth, whatever that may be, because it's unknown, right? But I've been in this holding pattern, right? So synergy for me, what popped up, yeah, was the knowing and the feeling, right? They need to be in harmony. I need to find a synergy in that, yeah. So then when I kind of figured that out, I was like, okay, a repeating question on this one, right? And going deeper into there. So what is standing in my way of achieving that synergy within myself? And I actually pulled the 10 of Cups. So I do know of myself, it's a little bit of that, that picture perfect that we sometimes have in our head. I do have it too with myself, with any kind of project I'm taking on. It's like I need to do it perfectly or not at all. It's really black and white sometimes in my head, So yeah, letting go of that picture perfect and just experiencing the joy in the moment, right? Here too, in really looking at what is that inner light, that inner fire, right? What is it that I really want to manifest? Yeah. So yeah, that was a little bit of the reading I did, and I was actually very happy with it. I did have my 3 cards out because when I when I went before, I did the reading, like I said, we had, I did the 2 of Wands, and I did the Mars energy and the Aries energy. So yeah, I really wanted to get those, really get a feeling for them, right? And I think I did. I did try to pull in my astrology deck. I only have one because, again, I'm not really well, a professional in that sense, when it comes to astrology. It helps a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because let me see. Yeah, I pulled these ones out. Okay, let me make some room so it's not too crazy here. Okay, so we have Mars in Aries, and it's a cardinal fire sign, right? So by cardinal, we have some keywords that are talking about instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. With fire, it's confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. Then for Mars, move forward and defend self. And then Aries, independence, bravery, and passion. So bravery and passion, yeah, it came back in almost all the cards except for Mars. But still in Mars, I can find that energy if I look deeper, So these are more for, I'm going to pull them out when I'm really studying the Mars energy or the Aries energy, And then when Aries is a fire sign in this sense, okay, what does that bring, to these? So that was nice to use them in that way, It was helpful, I think. It was helpful. Yeah. So yes, like I said, I put my Thoth because I got multiple Thoth decks. This is a big one, a medium one. I got a small one, another big one there. So one of them, I did put in the order of the deacons. Yeah. So we have the 3 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and then we go to the 5 of Discs, the 6 of Discs, the 7 of Discs, the 8 of Swords. Because then here I already have like the deacon walk all there, right? Because yeah, these I put in that order. My smaller version I already put in like the like I said, you know, with the planets, and then where they all come back. How can I relate that back? You know, it helps me maybe to understand that that Mars energy better. Like I said, for the 10 of Cups, I was pleasantly surprised. I really made a new association that I might have in the back of my head, but I didn't relate that to Mars energy, you know. So yeah, that one I put also in some kind of order. So yeah, that was definitely very helpful and very fun to do. So yes, I'm making a mess here, huh? So yeah, that was Aries. It was my first deacon thingy. Oh my god, I have cards everywhere. Okay, let me pull them there. So yes, that was definitely something new. I enjoyed this new deck. Like I said, I will definitely do a walkthrough of it. Let me put them. I'm all over the place, huh? Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit different. It's the Blacktails Tarot by Carlos Guy, if I'm saying that correctly. Of course, these are all now blue, but it has some fiery energy, in my opinion. But also, in all honesty, it was a new deck. I wanted to play with it. You know, I didn't have time yet to play with it. So I thought it would be a perfect opportunity, you know. Yeah, this is the only card that's going the other way. Not a big fan of that, but for these black decks, I make a lot of exceptions. Because this too is, in all honesty, not my normal style. It's a little bit, it has that graphic novel kind of illustrations. Which in all honesty, again, is not my normal aesthetics. But I'm stepping a little bit out of my comfort zone, especially when it comes to black decks or black creator decks in that sense, you know. And I've actually been enjoying this one. Like I said, I did a reading with it. It was my first reading with the deck, but I've been looking through it and I've been, again, enjoying the deck in that sense, you know, really bonding with it in that way. So yeah, like I said, I will do a complete walkthrough of this one for the peeps that are interested. Because, again, very interesting. But yeah, I like to work with it a little bit more. So yeah, like I said, I do have the grimoire, the Picatrix, which, because yeah, I do have this, of course, the guidebook for the Heavenly Bodies Astrology. But yeah, I have multiple grimoires, you know, the 6th and 7th Book of Moses. I got the Solomonic ones. I got a lot. I got a lot. But this is definitely one I have already for some time. And okay, let me see. It was the second book, and then wait. Now I'm looking. Okay, where are you? Yeah, the face, right? So here there are other parts where he describes it, but here this is the first phase of Aries. Yeah, so how he describes it: in the first phase of Aries appears a man with red eyes, corpulent, determined, arrogant, with a white robe tied at the waist by a rope. He is furious and leans only on one foot. He is a guardian. On the second side, there is a woman with a robe and red clothes. She has only one steed-like foot on which she goes asking for clothes, jewelry, and a child. On the third side appears a coppery man with red hair, furious and defiant, with a wooden sword and rod in his hand, with red clothes. Friends of the iron industry. He wants to do good, and he cannot. And again, here he says, and so they continue until the end of the zodiac. Yeah. So here I think it's the first, the second, and even the third that he describes. But it's interesting, you know, to get that other perspective. And like I said, I didn't know that deck was there, that Picatrix Oracle. Never heard of it. I might get it, but yeah, I'm in no hurry. I got the book so I can make a mental picture, right, of what he's talking about. But it might be nice in the future to get it, because I do love the grimoire, you know. So I think that's it. I think I've said everything I want to say. Yeah, I'm like I said, I really wanted to do this. I feel like I'm getting a bigger picture in that sense of understanding, right? And yeah, sometimes I know life is busy and then we miss out, but I truly hope I can commit to the year, and really get that better understanding. And at the same time, you know, because this was a great, well, dipping my toe into astrology, at least into getting deeper into astrology. So who knows, maybe if the book is like this, I still have enough pages, you know, to put some extra astrology information there. Oh, and I also had this one, yeah, which was nice to have, because here we all see them. So here we have, well, this is in Dutch, sorry. So Ram, which is Aries, Mars, and then we have here the first deacon, the second deacon, the third deacon. So I don't know what this means, because that's not Mars, right? I need to look deeper at this. But yeah, I had it big just to get a little bit of an overview. But again, it's in Dutch, which is okay for me. But I think they also talk about the house. Yeah, here the houses. Again, the ruling planets, the zodiac, the deacons, and then again, here are again other things I'm not understanding yet, but who knows? Maybe someday soon. But yeah, it's nice to have. It's nice hard cardstock, you know. So I keep it in the back of here. So yeah, my broken book that I didn't know what I wanted to use for has now a use, which is good. I mean, it's a beautiful one, right? I was not too happy that it had the lines. Oh yeah, it has two of these ribbons, which again is good. But yeah, I love the way it looks with the clasps here. So yeah, I'm happy I can use it in that sense. So yes, I think that's it. I'm in. I started taking the first step in the first deacon of Aries. And again, hopefully I can keep up this year. I want to thank you all for watching. I'm really having fun. If you also do the deacon walk and you made a video, please put it in the description. I love to see your thoughts and the way you want to go about it, you know. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Hope to see you all soon. And have a blessed day. Okay, bye-bye.